Deep-sea ecosystems are often perceived as remote and distant from our daily lives. However, they have a profound impact on life across the entire planet, far more than we might imagine. In fact, our very existence also depends on their health. Unfortunately, the negative impacts of human activities have also reached these habitats. Abandoned or lost fishing nets smother the seabed while continuing to catch marine life unnecessarily for years. Kilometers of long lines and fishing gear entangle and damage sessile organisms like corals and gorgonians. Meanwhile, the passage of heavy trawl nets literally plows the ocean floor, destroying all forms of life and leaving behind a barren, degraded seascapes. And then there is deep-sea mining, such as the extraction of polymetallic nodules and the exploitation of hydrocarbons, such as gas and oil, from the deep-sea floor. Even climate change can significantly alter ocean currents and the stratification of the water column, thus making more difficult a natural resilience of the impacted deep-sea ecosystems. All these activities degrade deep-sea ecosystems, crippling their functions and wiping out the vital services they provide to the planet and humankind. Direct and indirect human pressures on marine ecosystems are expected to increase further in the coming decades, exacerbating the loss of marine biodiversity and ecosystem services. Given the deep sea's critical role in regulating and buffering planetary systems, the degradation of deep-sea habitats will have severe consequences for the entire planet, particularly in terms of carbon dioxide storage. Since the proper functioning of deep-sea ecosystems relies on their biodiversity and the presence of habitat-forming species, the ongoing loss of biodiversity and destruction of these habitats are leading to an unprecedented erosion of global natural capital and its associated services. We need to minimize all future impacts on deep-sea ecosystems, but this alone is not enough, given the severe damage these ecosystems have suffered over the past decades. Reversing this trend and restoring degraded deep-sea habitats is a priority, and this can now be achieved within the framework of the Nature Restoration Law. We recognize that restoration is a long process that requires time, which is why we cannot afford to wait any longer.